discuss the Model 3 multi-stage amplifiers. Okay, in last classes we have discussed that feedback amplifiers. What is multi-stage amplifier? Why we are reading about multi-stage amplifier? Do you think that amplifier is enough? Single amplifier is enough? Why we need to go for multi-stage amplifier? Okay. In multi-stage amplifier, when you compare with the single amplifier, why we required multi-stage amplifier? Need for cascading, nothing but need for multi-stage amplifier. Why we need? Okay, for faithful amplification, amplifier should have desired voltage gain. For faithful amplification means if you take a loudspeaker or a microphone, for example, the microphone will have a signal very weak source. Okay, it will have a very weak source. We want the larger output, so that if we had amplifiers multi-stage, if we use a stage 1, stage 2, in stage 1 maybe some output will be when you compare with the input, output will be amplified. When you consider the stage 2, again it will be amplified more. Okay, to increase the amplification we go for the multi-stage amplifier. Here, for faithful amplification, amplifier should have desired voltage gain, current gain, and it should match its impedance with the source and output impedance with the load. Okay, for faithful amplification, what we should have, we should have the desired voltage gain, current gain, and it should match its impedance, input impedance with the source and output impedance with the load. Okay, these are the desired. Next, many times these primary requirements of the amplifier cannot be achieved. Many times we cannot achieve that requirements, okay, voltage gain, current gain, and impedance matching with the single stage amplifier. For that, to overcome the limitations of that, we go for the multi-stage amplifier. Okay, in such situations, more than one amplifier stages are cascaded, or nothing but parallel or cascaded, such that input and output stages provide impedance matching requirements with some amplification, and remaining middle stages provide most of the amplification. Okay, when you compare it with the single stage there are many limitations, so that to overcome that we use the multi-stage amplifiers. Okay, in short we can say that when the amplification of a single stage amplifier is not sufficient, or when the input or output impedance is not of the correct magnitude for a particular application. If you take any particular application, input and also output impedance is not correct magnitude. Okay, if you take example radio, okay, for particular frequency it will you'll get the channels like that. Okay, you'll get the radio for particular frequency, it will you'll get the voice, right? When the input or output impedance is not correct of the magnitude for a particular application, two or more amplifier stages are connected. Okay, when we get what we requirement, according to the requirement we go for the more amplifier stages or connected in cascade. Such amplifier with two or more stages is also known as multi-stage amplifier. Okay. Next, cascade connections. Okay, two-stage cascade amplifier. Two-stage cascade amplifier, you can observe here stage 1 and here stage 2. Okay. First, stage 1. These stages are connected such that output of the first stage, you can observe here output of the first stage is input to the second stage. Okay, output of first stage is connected to the input of the second stage. Next, Vi1 is the input of the first stage. Vi1 is the input of the first stage, and V02 is the output of the second stage. V02 is the output of the second stage. Okay, This one Vi2. Okay, this one is Vi2. Therefore, V02 divided by Vi1 is the overall gain, voltage gain of two-stage amplifier. Okay, they are saying that voltage gain is nothing but output voltage divided by input voltage. When you consider this overall diagram or block diagram, output voltage is V02 and input is Vi1. That is overall voltage gain. Okay. Next, we shall write the equations from this diagram. Okay. Here only I'll say, okay, AV is equal to what we can write? AV is equal to voltage gain is equal to output voltage divided by input voltage. Already I have said V02 divided by Vi1. Okay, V02 divided by Vi1, that can be splitted. Okay, that can be splitted. V02 divided by V02 divided by V01, or we can write Vi2 divided by, okay, Vi2 divided by Vi1. You can observe here, okay, V02 divided by Vi2 and Vi2 divided by Vi1. This Vi2 can be written as V01. You can observe in the figure V01, Vi2. Okay, these two are same. Okay. V01 is equal to Vi2. That you substitute in the equation. So you will get this is okay. This is nothing but AV2 and this is nothing but AV1. Okay. So that we can say the voltage gain of multi-stage amplifier is the product of voltage gains of the individual stages. You can observe here individual stages. Stage 1 voltage gain, stage 2 voltage gain. Okay. Next problem. Figure shows that cascading of an emitter follower circuit and common base circuit. They have said that find the loaded gain of each stage and total gain for the system AV and AVS, the total current gain for the system, the total gain for the system if the emitter follower circuit were removed. Okay, this is the they have asked to find out. This is the diagram they have given. First, we shall solve the V01. Okay, why we require V01? Because they have asked the loaded gain. Okay, loaded gain of each stage AV2 and AV1. Okay, AV1 is equal to V01 divided by Vi1. We don't know the value of V01. And we don't know the values of this. Okay, to find out this, what they have done, V01 is equal to Zi2 into AVNL, Zi2 into AVNL into Vi1 divided by whole resistance. Okay, output, this is Zi2 AVNL Vi1 divided by Zi2 plus Z01. We know the values. Okay, Zi2 value is 26, AVNL value is 1, Vi1 value is, we don't know the Vi1 value, so substitute as it is, and we know the values Zi2, Z01. Okay, so substitute, you will get 0.68 for Vi1. But what we want, V01 and VIL or VI1. Okay, that is equal to, you will get 0.684. That is what voltage gain of first stage. Next, when you consider the second stage, V02 is equal to, similarly you need to write this similar equation. Okay, you should consider the output resistance, that is output resistance for this case is RL. Okay, RL into AVNL of second stage and Vi2 divided by RL plus Z02. Okay, we know the values, so substitute, you will get 147.97 Vi2. Okay, but what we want, AV2 is equal to V02 divided by Vi2. You will get 147.97. Next, voltage gain is equal to AV1 into AV2. That if you multiply, you'll get 101.20. AVS, when you consider the source also with gain, then Zi1 divided by Zi1 plus Rs into AV. We know the values, so substitute, you'll get 92. Okay. Next to AIT. Okay. AIT, total overall circuit, if you consider, then current current gain, then minus AV into Zi1 divided by RL. We know the value that AV is 101.20 and Zi1 is equal to 10 kilo and RL is equal to 8.2. You will get minus 123.41. Next, VICB is equal to ZICB VS divided by ZICB plus RS. What do you got ZICB value? ZICB value is 26. ZICB value is 26 and VS is equal to VS 26 into VS divided by 26 plus 1K. Okay, RS value. You'll get 0.025 VS. But what we want, VICB divided by VS is equal to 0.025. With V0 divided by V1 is equal to what we got, 147.97. But AVS is equal to VICB divided by VS, V02 divided by VI2, you will get 0.025 into 147.97, you will get 3.7. This is AVS with considering the common base configuration. Because second stage is common base. Okay, first stage they have given emitter follower and second stage they have given the common base. Okay. Next, N-stage cascaded amplifier. Obtain expression for overall voltage gain for N-stage cascaded amplifier. The gain of the amplifier can be further increased by connecting more number of stages in cascade as shown in the figure. You can see the figure multi-stages they have used here. You can observe the output of first stage is input to the second stage, like that it will be continued till end. Okay, here we can write that AV is equal to AV1 into AV2 up to AV1 AVN. Okay, the voltage gain of the kth stage is given as AVK is equal to AIK into RLK divided by RIK. RLK is the effective load resistance of the kth stage and RIK is the input impedance of the kth stage. Next problem, they have given that the amplifier arrangement has the following voltage gains. They have given AV1, AV2, AV3 value and what is the overall voltage gain. Express each gain in dB and determine the total voltage gain in dB. So we know that in equation we have written that AV is equal to AV1 into AV2 into AV3, but we don't know the value of AV1, AV2, AV3. They have given the values, but we want in terms of dB. So AV1 in terms of dB means we need to write the 20 log 10. They have given AV1 value, so 20 log 10 is equal to, you'll get 20. AV2 is equal to 20 log 20, you'll get 26, and AV3 is equal to 20 log 40, you'll get 32. When you multiply AV1 dB plus AV2 dB plus AV3, you'll get 78 dB. Okay, when you multiply AV1 into AV2 into AV3, you'll get 8000. Okay, this is in terms of decibel. Next is methods of cascading amplifier stages. There are two types of methods. Okay, here in AC coupled amplifier, stages are coupled together in such a way that DC levels are isolated and only the AC component of a signal are transferred from stage to stage. They are saying that in AC coupled amplifiers, what happens? Stages are coupled together in such a way that DC levels are isolated. Okay, in this case, DC levels are isolated and only they accept the AC components of a signal are transferred from stage to stage. There are three methods of coupling for coupling of amplifiers. First is RC coupling, and second is transformer coupling, and third is direct coupling. And in direct coupling, the quiescent DC collector in direct coupling, the quiescent DC collector current of first stage passes to the second stage through its base. Thus, it is not a true AC coupling method. It affects the biasing conditions of the next stage. Okay, that's why then direct coupling is not used more. RC coupled amplifier. In RC coupled, the output of the first stage is coupled to the input of the next stage. Okay, by using the coupling capacitor. Okay, so coupling capacitor and resistive load at the output terminal of first stage. Okay, this is the coupling capacitor, and these two resistance they are saying the resistive load at the output terminal of first stage. Next here, when an AC signal is applied to the base of the first transistor, it appears in the amplifier from across its collector load RC. They are saying that when you apply AC signal, it is applied to the base of the first transistor. You can observe here, it is applied to the base. This is base, okay, and it is collected here. Output is here. They're saying that when AC signal is applied to the base of the first transistor, it appears in the amplifier from across its collector load RC. The amplified signal developed across RC is given to base of next stage through coupling capacitor. From output to, again it will go to the input for the second stage through what? Through coupling capacitor. Okay, what is a signal or developed amplifier developed, what you have developed, this will go to the second stage of amplifier, that is through coupling capacitor. Okay, next the amplified signal developed across RC is given to base of next stage through coupling capacitor. That is what I said. The second stage does further amplification of the signal. In first stage amplification has been done, but in second stage still more amplification of the signal has been done. Okay, the coupling does not affect the quiescent point of the next stage, since coupling capacitor will block the DC voltage of the first stage. They are saying that coupling does not affect the quiescent point of the next stage, because it will block the DC voltage of the first stage from reaching the base of the second stage. Okay, before reaching the second stage, it will block the DC voltage. If it is less than 50, that is low frequency, Xc of Xc of Cc is high, hence very small part of a signal will pass from one stage to next stage. They are saying that if less than 50, okay, if less than low frequency, then what happens? Cc, Cc will be high, coupling Cc will be high, hence very small part of a signal will pass from one stage to another stage. If it is greater than 20 kilohertz high frequency, that is Cc is very small, coupling capacitor is very small, Cc is very small, then what happens here? Coupling capacitor is very small. Okay, coupling capacitor is very small and it behaves as a short circuit. This increases the loading effect of the next stage and serves to the reduce the voltage gain. Okay, this will reduce the voltage gain. Next, at mid frequencies, for example 50 to 20 kilohertz, what happens? The effect of coupling capacitor in this frequency range is to maintain a uniform voltage gain. Okay, In less than 50, the small DC signal will a small part of a signal will pass from one stage to the next stage. If it is greater than 20 kilohertz, what happens? The voltage gain will be reduced. Okay. Load effect of next stage, this will increase the loading effect of next stage, and that will reduce the voltage gain. In mid-band frequencies, for example 50 to 20, their voltage gain will be uniform. Okay, or we can say that wideband frequency response without peak at any frequency, and hence used to cover a complete AF amplifier bands. Okay, frequency response drops off at very low frequencies. They are saying that frequency response will drop at very low frequencies due to coupling capacitors, and also at higher frequencies due to shunt capacitors such as stray capacitance. It will be due to, at higher frequencies, what happens? At higher frequencies voltage gain will reduce, and at lower frequencies also voltage gain will be reduced. Only at for particular frequencies there will be a voltage gain will be uniform. Okay, you can observe the figure here, voltage gain versus frequency. Okay. Next, transformer coupled amplifier. Okay, here main intention of the transformer coupling coupled amplifier is to for matching transformer or matching impedance matching transformer. Okay, the first stage is coupled to the input of the next stage through an impedance matching transformer. There we have used the coupling capacitor. Here we are using impedance matching. Okay, so we are using the impedance matching. This type of coupling is used to match the impedance between output and input cascade stage. You can observe here R1, R2, RC1, I. Here instead of RC we have used the impedance here. Okay, transformer, impedance matching transformer. Okay, same here also, output side, second stage output. Okay, the output signal of first stage is coupled to the input of the next stage through an impedance matching transformer. This type of coupling is used to match the impedance between output and input cascaded stage. We know that transformer will block DC, providing DC isolation between the two stages. Therefore, transformer coupling does not affect the quiescent point of the next stage. Frequency response of a transformer could coupled amplifier is poor in comparison with that of an RC coupled amplifier. They are saying that frequency response of a transformer coupled amplifier is poor when you compare with the RC coupled amplifier. Its leakage inductance and interwinding capacitance does not allow amplifier to amplify the signals of different frequencies equally well. Interwinding capacitance of the transformer coupled may give rise resonance at certain frequencies, which makes amplifier to give very high gain at that frequencies. They are saying that its leakage inductance and interwinding capacitance does not allow the amplifier to amplify the signals of different frequencies. Okay, equally well. Interwinding capacitance of the transformer coupled may give rise resonance at certain frequencies. For example, the if we want to work at 50 kilohertz only, that should work at 50 kilohertz only. Okay, that time interwinding capacitance of the transformer coupled may give rise to, they are saying that this is what occurs there. Interwinding capacitance of the transformer coupled may give rise resonance at certain frequencies. It will not give a output for every frequencies. It will give the output for certain frequencies, which makes the amplifier to give very high gain at the frequencies. By putting shunt capacitors across each winding of the transformer, we get resonance. They are saying that by putting the shunt capacitor across each winding, of the transformer, we get resonance at any desired RF frequency. For example, 10 kilohertz, 20 kilohertz, up to 50 kilohertz. When you consider only interwinding capacitance of the transformer, that will work only for 50 kilohertz. Okay, I am saying example. Okay, but when you put the shunt capacitor across each winding, then it will work for the all the frequencies, 10 kilohertz, 20 kilohertz, it will work at any frequencies. Okay, we can get resonance at any desired RF frequency. Such amplifiers are called tuned voltage amplifiers. Okay, for at any frequency if you get response, then that is called tuned voltage amplifiers. Okay, we should connect the shunt capacitors across the winding. These provide high gain at the desired of frequency. They amplify selective frequencies. Okay, these provide high gain at the desired of frequency. They amplify selective frequencies. Due to the absence of collector resistance, okay, you can observe here they are not used RC here, collector resistance. It also eliminates unnecessary power loss in the resistor. Okay, you can observe here due to the absence of collector resistor, it eliminates the unnecessary power loss in the resistor. Okay, this is what transformer coupled amplifier. This is the graph for that. Okay, frequency response of a controlled transformer coupled amplifier. You can observe here the frequency, how it is, bandwidth and mid frequency. Okay, for a particular frequency, it will give a correct response or a good response. Okay, if we use the shunt capacitance, then we can go for the all the frequencies. We can get the resonance at any desired frequency. Okay. Next is comparison. Okay, RC coupled, transformer coupled, direct coupled. Coupling components. When you take RC coupled, we have observed that resistors and capacitors. Transformer coupled, here we use the impedance matching transformer. Here direct coupled, no. Next, blocks DC. Whether it will block DC? Yes. Here transformer coupled? Yes. When you go for the direct coupled? No. Frequency response. Flat at middle frequencies. 50 to 20 kilohertz, it will be uniform. When you compare the transformer coupled, not uniform, high at resonant frequency and low at other frequencies. Okay. Here direct coupled, flat at middle frequencies and improvement in the low frequency response. Next, impedance matching. In RC coupled, it is not achieved, but when you consider the transformer coupled, it is achieved. In direct coupling also not achieved. DC amplification in RC coupled no, in transformer coupled no, transformer coupled. In direct coupling it is possible. DC amplification is possible in direct coupling. Okay. Next, weight. When you consider the weight, RC coupled is light and transformer coupled is bulky and heavy because we have used the transformer. Next, in drift. Next, not present in RC coupled, not present in also transformer coupled, present in direct coupled. Hum, not present, present here in transformer coupled. Hum is present and in direct coupled not present. Application. RC coupled is used in audio small signal amplifiers, used in record players, tape records, public address system, radio receivers and television receivers. What about transformer coupled? Used in amplifier where impedance matching is an important criteria. For example, used in the output stage of the public and system to match the impedance of the system loudspeaker, used in RF amplifier stage of the receiver as a tuned voltage amplifier. Direct coupling is used in amplification of slow varying parameter and where DC amplification is required. Okay, In next class, we shall discuss about the Darlington connection. Okay, Darlington connection. Can can anyone can stop that recording?